Good morning and welcome to Our Issues Milwaukee. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. Our focus this morning is on the upcoming holiday season. Whether you need food or would like to donate, we'll give you information on that. But first, we'll talk about We Energies and all they have going on. Of course, We Energies provides electric service to customers in portions of Wisconsin and Michigan's Upper Peninsula. And they also serve natural gas customers in Wisconsin and steam customers in downtown Milwaukee. My guest is Brendan Conway, who serves as the Media Relations Manager for We Energies. How are you, Brendan?
Good morning, Stone. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you here. And we've got quite a bit to talk about today. Needless to say, the temperatures are dropping fast, and you've made it very clear that it's going to cost us a little more to heat our homes this winter. So if you would, kind of give us a feel of where that's all going.
Of course, yeah. I think people are used to when the temperature drops, your heating bill certainly goes up, right? Because it happens every year. But this year, because of the nationwide, really worldwide impact of the natural gas prices, we're telling our customers that they should expect their heating bills to go up even more. We're anticipating the typical residential customer will pay about $25 more a month through the winter, which we consider November through March.
Wow. So yeah, for some people, they've heard that news. Others are saying, what? So like you said, this is really out of our control because it seems like everything is going up these days. Would you agree?
Yeah, yes. I mean, similar to some of these other supply chain issues you've seen. Now, this is not a supply chain issue, but it's similar impact COVID related. When COVID hit, natural gas producers produced less because there was less need, less demand. Well, suddenly that demand across the world shot up and there wasn't enough natural gas to fill that need. So the law of supply and demand, as there's less supply and more demand, prices go up. That said, We Energies as a company, we've been doing this a long time. We do take some steps to mitigate that in case this could ever happen. So we do buy natural gas and store it in the summertime. We go on monthly contracts, we're able to get a better rate. And then we also buy some on kind of the daily spot market. And those steps we've taken will actually mean the customers' bills will be impacted less than they would have been otherwise. But again, we want people to start thinking now as the temperature is dropping, okay, I can expect a higher bill this winter. What can I do to, maybe not have such a big impact?
Yeah, it's kind of get in front of it just a little bit. And this is the highest rate it's been in a decade.
Yeah, I mean, rates are variable based on your usage, but this is the highest natural gas has been, worldwide commodity has been in about 10 years. It's doubled just from winter to winter. So that's the impact we're talking about, right?
Wow.
The pay, and you should point out that what we pay for natural gas is what customers pay. We do not earn any profit on that whatsoever. So we buy it, customers use it, and they pay what we pay.
And so the question is, will we see a rise in prices for electricity as well?
There could be an impact as well on electricity because we do use natural gas to generate some electricity. Now we also use other things. We use nuclear, we use coal, we have renewable energy like wind and solar and hydro. And so the impact won't be quite as great, but we would expect that early next year we could start to see some impact on your electricity bill, a lesser impact. And again, this time of the year, what you're mostly using is that commodity to heat your home, natural gas, because it's so darn cold here in Wisconsin.
You could say that again. And needless to say, you've even mentioned it in this conversation already, that the pandemic has really put a lot of people through some trying times. I think it's been trying times for us all on many different levels. And so when we look at some of the situations that people have found themselves in, whether it's a job or whatever the case may be, there are some individuals who are going to need a little extra help in paying those energy bills this year. So the good news is assistance is available.
Yeah, there's a number of different heating assistance programs. So the first one, the big one, is a federal heating assistance program. And in late September, Congress approved and the president signed $3.7 billion in heating assistance. So our message to people is there is money available. There's also, Wisconsin has another program called Keep Wisconsin Warm Fund, which we as a company donated $4 million to this year. So what we ask customers is give us a call, go to our website. You can even do this through the app and check, see if you are eligible for heating assistance. And if so, we would encourage you to sign up for those. They're income based, but you should double check to make sure see if you're eligible. And that can help lessen the impact of some of these high heating bills.
Yeah, and We Energies is estimating that 205,000 households will possibly need assistance this winter. So let's talk about some other ways that people can really try to get ahead and keep those costs down. So you've got Focus on Energy, which is a program that is across the state of Wisconsin. And not only do they give you some great energy saving tips, they also send out some free products that people can use to help save costs as well.
Yeah, Focus on Energy is a really cool program. All the utilities in Wisconsin give money to it, and so the customers are all eligible for it. So you go to their website, Focus on Energy's website, you can see, you can get free products like LED lights. They have a few different bundles that you can get, smart plugs that can help you lower the cost that you pay maybe from some extra waste of energy. Sometimes it's things around saving water, things to wrap your pipes. So they have all sorts of programs, but we'd encourage everyone, every single customer of ours is eligible for some of these things through Focus on Energy. And even if it's not free, it is at greatly reduced cost. So that is a great program.
Yeah, and again, that website is focusonenergy.com. And you did mention they've got the pipe insulation, the shower heads, the LED bulbs, and they actually have packages that people can receive free of charge. I think it's one every year, and you can go in and kind of look at what items would serve you best, whether it's a shower head, aerator, whatever the case, and you just put in your account number and you're able to get that mailed to your house free of charge. So I think that's great if you did not know that it existed. So I think some energy saving tips are needed when we talk about the rates going up. So what comes to mind for you, Brendan?
So the single biggest thing, and there's still plenty of time to do it, although don't delay, but get your furnace checked out. Have a professional come in, have them look at your furnace, make sure it's running efficiently. If you haven't changed your filter, they're going to tell you to, but even if you haven't, if you maybe got it checked out or you don't want to get it checked out, at least change your furnace filter. It's going to make sure it's running more efficiently. So those are great things to do. And yes, the temperature has definitely gotten cold, but it's not so cold you can't do some things outside. You can caulk and seal some of the gaps around your windows, around your doors, because the key is we want to leave that cold air outside in the winter and keep that warm air on the inside so that we're not spending money generating more heat. Those are the single biggest things. And also now the temperature is getting cool. On those sunny days, open your shades. Let Mother Nature heat your home. Let Mother Nature pay for it so you're not doing it.
Yeah, and a couple of things that come to mind just for me are the thermal backed drapes. I think that they always do a great job when you do close the curtains. They keep some of that draft out. And then there's the programmable thermostat. So there are a lot of times when people wonder, should they just keep their thermostat at just one set thing, or should they change it throughout the day? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, the advice that the experts give is when you're not home or at nighttime when you're sleeping, turn your thermostat down a few degrees. I mean, I would say turning your thermostat down a few degrees, even when you're home, let's say you take it from 70 to 69 degrees or 69 to 68 degrees. If you're using less natural gas, you're going to have less bill impact. And then when you go sleep at night, maybe you turn down to 64. Maybe you even turn it down to 62. It might be too cool for someone. We're not saying you have to do that. But every degree you turn that thermostat down, you're going to be saving some money. And by the way, if you're leaving the house, there's no reason to heat an empty house. So that's a really good time to turn it down. And if you do have one of those smart thermostats, you can have it automatically turn on when you're on your way home, or even might have an app on your smartphone where you can turn it on as well.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And the programmable thermostats, they come in all types of degrees. So you've got the really expensive ones, and you've got some that are pretty economically priced. So not a bad idea to take a look at that. And then really, most importantly, we should really try to adjust our behavior, because I'm guilty of it. You leave every device that you have plugged up all day, even when you're not using it. And they've got those smart plugs that you mentioned where they actually turn on when you want them to.
Yeah, so it's like an extension cord, right? It has a lot of outlets on there, but there's and it depends, they're all a little different, but look, the few I have, there are 3 or 4 little outlets. And if the main item that it's plugging in, you can decide what that is. So let's say it's your TV. So when you turn on your TV, I want my speaker to turn on. I want this light in my TV room to turn on. They will turn on, or those plugs will be active once you turn that TV on, because it actually powers part of that cable or part of that cord. But when the TV's off, those things, there's no energy going there. And so, yeah, even if you're not plugging in your smartphone. Your smartphone's not plugged in, but that cable is still in there. Well, it's still pulling even just a little bit of energy out of there, and it's just wasting energy. There's no reason to have something wasteful. Now, it's also maybe kind of a pain to unplug it every time you take out your phone, you're using it for the day. Well, if you have one of those smart plugs, it will automatically do it for you. That's actually one of those things that Focus on Energy you can get really cheaply, or I'm sure you can get them at all sorts of other big box or hardware stores this time of the year as well.
True enough. It's called the phantom load. So that's definitely something you want to avoid. And finally, of course, there's the 2021 We Energies Cookie Book. And this is a very popular book each and every year. So if you would fill us in on that.
Sure. Our theme this year is saluting our military. So 37 recipes in there. They all are either from veterans or from active duty military members. Amazing cookies. I mean, I'm a sucker for chocolate, so the chocolate cookies are my favorite, but I guarantee you there's a recipe in there for every single person. And this has become such a huge tradition for people across Wisconsin. This is the 93rd year we've been doing that. And every year when we give away these books, people come through and they talk about how this is something that they do with their mother, who does it with their mother, who did it previously with their mother. Generation after generation of families have been doing this. We'll give away about 200,000 cookie books every year, and we've given away about half of that, if not more, so far this year. It's amazing time of the year.
Yeah, it really is. And this year, with it being all dedicated to our military, you've actually got some recipes in there that come from Wisconsin's own 128th Air Refueling Wing and other organizations that support our troops. So this is a huge deal, as you said, and that tradition is pretty amazing. Dating back to 1928, the first ever annual cookie book from We Energies was a way to promote electric appliances. And so here we are in 2021 and that tradition continues. So outstanding stuff. And people can actually go to your website and get those recipes online as well, right?
Yeah, you can look at all those recipes, including dating back decades, or you can actually still find, we're still doing some giveaways, some cookie book giveaways. So go to our website, we-energies.com. Find out all sorts of information about the cookie book. Get yours because it really is such a cool tradition.
It really is. Thank you so much for your time and all the great information today, Brendan.
Thank you.
Brendan Conway is the Media Relations Manager for We Energies. For more information on anything we've discussed today, you can visit their website at we-energies.com or call 1-800-242-9137. That number again is 1-800-242-9137. And when we return to Our Issues Milwaukee, we'll check in with Sherry Tussler from the Hunger Task Force, and we'll do that right after this.